Good morning, it's Nancy today. Well, we're going to make bread. Now I have my bread bowl, and in it I have put some, well, it was warm, not very warm anymore. Anyway, I've got some water in there. And I'm going to put some molasses in there. This molasses is going to need to be nuked. Put it in for just 35 seconds how to do it. Yep, that was enough. So, I'm going to put some molasses in. And I don't measure, so I can't help you with that. That's empty now. I'll throw that away. How about some honey? So what's that? Half a cup? Okay. And now we use a whisk. And we'll whisk it up. Now these measurements don't matter. How much water, how much molasses, or honey. Okay, and then we'll put in some flour. Okay, so we'll put in some flour and we will put it in until it's the thickness of mud. Can you give me some yeast out of the freezer, please? Do you know where it is?
I know where I go. No, can't find it. That's all you do.
Well, it's in there. There should be a few of them in jars.
Many spots in there.
There we go. So then you add some yeast which you've been keeping in the freezer. It's usually about a tablespoon for 2 loaves. Then you beat it when it's a thick but beatable mud. Okay, this is the sponge. So it's just water, sweetener, and flour. You can just use water and flour if you want, but sweetener is better. Honey, molasses. You could use sugar, but why bother? You can have honey or molasses. And this is important that you beat it 100 times because you're developing the gluten. Because there's not a lot of gluten. You don't stand on my neck for long. And this cuts down on the amount of kneading you're going to have to do. Is there white paint in any of those paint containers? Okay, now you take it and you put your oven on really low. (170) is as low as it goes. And you just leave it in the oven until it's double. So that's the first step of making bread. Bye. Okay, so the next thing, this is the sponge has risen really high. So now I put flour on top. And we're not supposed to wreck the sponge. I like to pour the flour around the edge. Can't do it like that though, I have to have a cup to measure with. Okay. Will you hold this in video, what I'm doing for a moment?
Okay.
Is it still on? The numbers are turning? The numbers are changing? Okay. A real homemade bread, Willem. So you fold it over like this.
Excuse me.
Bless you. You fold it over like this. I need more flour. Okay. We'll have to grind some, I guess. And then you just leave it in the bowl for a while to get bigger. Should add a lot of flour at this point, but you actually don't have to. You can do it again and add more flour next time. You can see these little circles. Now if you look carefully, you see these little lines here? See, these are where it's really holding together. See, where are they now? Here, my finger. See these little lines? This is the gluten has developed so much that it's now able to be like threads. So it's going to hold really well together. Here, can you film again with them? Let's see if I have any more flour in here. I have a little bit. That's good.
Do we have any non-ground flour we can add?
Yeah, I do, but I could grind some more up. I think this might be okay. This is easier than doing this. When you do this, it's just coming down on it from the top. I love you, Willem. What are you up to? Now it should be sort of sticky. That's normal. If you have it so it's not sticky, the bread will be too thick. You should rub it off your hands. Back into it again. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to put it back into the oven where it was. The oven is a bit warm, so it can double in bulk. It's just been proofed. It's been on and turned off, and it's not hot at all. It's just warm. Okay, that was Nancy today. You saw it here last, and you can make bread at home. Bye. Push the button.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, we'll check on our bread. We'll put it back in the oven and let it rise again. Okay, so it has grown again. Now I'm going to split it up. I think it's too wet. Well, maybe it's okay. Okay, so oil in the pan, so I put it in there. Now I've turned it over, and I'm going to try cooking it with the lid on. So I'll turn the oven on to 350. And I was going to try and bake it in here, but maybe I can bake them in halves in there. I don't know, you think I could bake it together in there? It's gonna go twice as big, so it'll go over the edges. If I could put this on top. and that'll sort of hold it as it cooks. Alright, so I've never done this before. I've never done it with the cover on. So we're going to see if this works. Good morning. Well, I cooked the bread in this thing, and I left the lid on in the oven, and I've never done that before. You know, and so you've always got this hard crust, but it's wonderful. It's so beautiful. What lovely bread. I have to see if I can get out of it now. Get it out now. Mm-hmm. I had a towel with holes in it, so I cut it up. Willem? Willem? Could you hold the camera for me? I'm going to do this. Okay, so we're going to try and get this out. I did oil it. There we go. There. Isn't that neat? What do you think, Willem?
Looks good here.
And let's try and get this one out. I oiled this too, but... Oh, there it comes. It wouldn't come off last night. I guess it got... The moisture came out of it overnight. This is amazing. I never made bread with a cover on it. It's really awesome. Abe, look, I made bread. I made it in here with a lid on it, and I made it in here. Look at how it turned out. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? Want to see my bread? I made it in this with a lid on it.
Oh, yeah?
I've never made bread with a lid on it.
Huh.
I cooked it. Look at it. It's a beautiful loaf of bread.
Perfect, yeah.
And this I also did with a lid on. I've never done it with a lid on before. You see, it's hard right here along the edge where it came in contact with the heat.
Yeah.
But everywhere else is soft.